What do you think is my love language?
Pregnancy.
Pregnancy is my love language.
And this has been like a very big gift to me. It's raising a kid that you did not sire.
Yes.
That is a test of patience. It's a test of your mettle as a man. And it's something that I can proudly say I have done so well. Hello, Wagwan everybody. My name is Letin Kipkemboi Galvin, aka Letin Kenya.
Hello, how are you? Mimi naitwa Nyce Wanjeri ama Mama Tasha na Pendo.
Tuko ndani ya Couples Show.
Tuko?
Ndani ya Tuko.
Tuko.
So we're going to be taking you through a series of questions that literally describes us, our experiences. So we are going to try our level best to be as honest and candid and raw as possible.
Possible. Nakujua. Hapa kuna maswali noma mpaka naona ni kama nitajipeana sana. Naona ni kama inaitangwa aje kujianika ama mawat.
So gope akonto atakukula.
Si ndio hiyo.
Sawa. So who goes first?
Of course, women first but men before. So the man should go first. You are the head.
Sawa. Now question number 1. Describe me as a husband / father.
As a husband, 1, you're gentle. 2, you are a leader totally. Ile yenye ukisema ni aje tunaenda huku kabla hata ukusichoniwe tunakuanga tumeenda. Thirdly, you are a father mwenye nimeona kwako unapendanga kukuwa involved sana na watoto wako, especially kwanza education. Manzesi una set standard. Kijana ni A student, wasichana lazima wakuwe A student. Kwanza mathematics kwake kama msichana ufai kuwa una fail. So nimeiona sana hapo kwa ufadha. Kwa tena the other side yenye nimeona yenye sijaiona hata kwa baba yangu ni the fact that you understand your children a lot. Kama saizi tuko na ka teenager, mostly me as a mom, unajua African mothers, mimi ni wakutuanga huyu hawezi chapa. Huyu ni mtoto aangaliwe vizuri, mtoto Mama Tasha hebu nichapie huyu. Mama Tasha hebu nifanyie huyu. But where you're the gentle father, you're more of saizi hata naonaga if Tasha has something to say anakujanga kwako.
Kiboko ni ya bibi masaa yake.
Yes, apart from now sijaongeza sana kwa husband. Pia kwa support system as a husband. Mimi sidhani kuna mwanamke anapewa support system kuniliko. My friend, as a husband, this guy, sijasema sasa mumutafute inbox and my what, no. This guy is amazing when it comes to support system. Mimi nashukuru sana. I am really thankful. Yes.
Interview itaisha kweli. Nadhani nasikia kichwangu kifura tu pole.
Masifa. So my question to you, did you have any reservations about being with me?
No, I did not. I guess because kwa sababu by the time tulikuwa tuna agree kwa together, we had been friends for quite some time, and I totally had an idea of what I was getting myself into. So the issue of reservations haikuwa. So it was something that I was totally comfortable with. Yes.
Direct answer.
So tunaenda hapa hivi sasa. Question ya pili. Do you have any reservations posting our relationship on social media?
Hell no. If I was asked, I would be doing it morning, lunch, evening, kila saa. I do not have any reservations. Why? Because I'm proud to be with you. I'm really happy to be with you, to be seen with you, for people to know huyu ni wa ule na ule ni wa huyu. So I don't have any reservation. Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. Haya, my question 2. What inspired the production of our song Kwako Nyumbani?
Kwako Nyumbani is a song that was inspired by real life occurrences and experiences, and more so in our relationship, which is by far and large very secular. So it is a song, you just challenged me, told me write a song about our situation.
Yes.
And I just had to put pen to paper based on what we have experienced, how we feel about each other, and our goals and aspirations in our relationship.
Pole bas.
What are the 3 main issues in our relationship?
1, time. We are worst timekeepers. These 2 people can tell you we were late. But sio kwa pesa. Tunafikaga mapema. Time management, which we have really worked hard.
Yeah.
And second, haiko. Time, most of the time hiyo ndio issue. The others sio issues per se. Si hakuna issue by the way.
But you need to elaborate your story at time
Your time, especially mimi.
Sio mimi.
Si huyu. Huyu kijana manzejo anamkanga asubuhi. Aniambia masaa ya gym imefika, tunaenda 8, akinitadilidali mpaka 9:30. Nikisema hapo unajua hatufanani, unajua mimi niliamka twice or 4 times a night kunyonyesha, unajua wewe ulilala sijui how what. So time is the issue.
Yes.
Na nakasirikaga by the time hata tulikuwa tunafika hapa alikuwa atuongeleshani, but ni new mother. I am getting there. Unajua ukiwa na kababy kadogo, it's been 12 years I haven't handled a small baby.
Totally understandable.
So nitanini. How can I be a better wife?
By just being yourself. You know,
what is being myself?
No, I mean when I start talking about maybe the add-ons that you need to have so that this relationship can be better, then probably I could be compelling you to be somebody that you are not. There's something that I fell in love with, and it's something that I'm still in love with. Up to this particular moment, I don't have any complaint, no regrets. So there is absolutely nothing other than being yourself that you can do to be a better wife.
Nitajisikia, my friend.
Tell me of that one time when I hurt you the most.
Ulikuwa umeenda ushago and I was to join you ushago. Unfortunately gari kulikuwa na jam mingi. Unaona Wayakiwe from Kangemi to all the way hii barabara ya highway ilikuwa inatengenezwa all the way to Kamandora before you join Limuru your side. There was a lot of nilikaa hapo for like I think 3 hours or something, and then gari kaharibikia almost Nakuru. So hiyo time pia I think nilitumia simu sana, charge kaisha, so I didn't have charge. Na wewe unapenda kushinda ukiambiwa mtu umefika wapi, uko na nani, umefika wapi. So hiyo siku I think siku na calls kama zako 3-4 sikuchukua. Either one, kulikuwa na ile time nimelala. Secondly, kulikuwa na hiyo time yenye kama Nakuru venye gari iliharibika, I told you late, sikukuambia immediately gari imeharibika. So after imeharibika, I took like 1 hour, gari ikatengenezwa, ndio unaniuliza umefika wapi, nikakwambia Nakuru. Kwani ulitoka home saa ngapi? Nini. And then kufika home ushago, that time kulikuwa na curfew. So curfew was 10 p.m. Na nilifika ushago Vihiga at around past midnight. Si ndio? 1 a.m. Actually it was 1 a.m. Na hiyo siku nilikuwa nifike mapema juu kulikuwa na mazishi ya Anko. Si ndio? So I felt ni kama the other people walifika mapema, mimi sikufika mapema, na ulikuwa of course unataka kuringa na bibi yako, and I came late. Nilikukuta hasira iko hapa ulinikelelesha, and I felt venye ulinikelelesha some of your cousins had, and they have just met me, some of them. So I felt ni kama nimewekwa mahali hawajanijua sana, na already wamesikia nikikuwa reprimanded. That time manze jo nilifeel hurt, mpaka nakumbuka when we were supposed to come back, mimi nilikwambia endaga home, we travel, we endanga bis kujina gari yenye nini, and then I came the following day. So I will say that was one of those days when nilifeel manze niko area mgeni, sijui watu, and then but anyway ni life.
But I apologized.
Yes you did. Si unaniuliza when did you ever hurt me most? See, I've told you.
Sasa.
Yes, your 4th question. What does submission mean when it comes to our marriage?
Submission. Submission, okay, mi sinanga hata hiyo. I don't have the perfect description of submission. But I think also submission is a function of how best I love you and how best I treat you and how well I respect your decisions. So being a function of that, then automatically you will find yourself compelled to be in concurrence with my needs. So you can make sense.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, so that is the description of submission to me. But in my very respectful submission, I don't think there is submission in the absence of love and respect from the other partner. Yeah.
Haya,
do we spend enough time together?
We do a lot of times. All the time. Unaona venye watu husema ati sijui bwana anafaa kukua peke yake nini. I think most of the time you are together. Mostly it's because our careers, hata job zetu ziko very twinned. Mostly because you will sing, I will sing, I will act, you will act. Unaona, because you're major in singing, I'm major in acting, and both of us introduced each other to our respective fields. So we spend time together a lot.
A lot of time together.
Yes, a lot.
Apart from maybe to your time, boys
time, girls time. Lazima bwana. Ukikosa hiyo kama mdem, jiulize swali. Bwana hapa akikwambia usiende ukumit my girlfriends. Chunga sana, huyo ni narcissist. Just saying.
Akia Mungu mama yenu. Mama wako ni Anika?
Hapana, si wewe hujanikataza. Wewe mpaka unaniambia bana, saa hizi tumekaa na wewe sana bana. Tafuta marafiki enda mkawaone. Hata nitakudrop.
But you need to learn how to drive.
Yes, I do.
Very poor driver.
Yes, I will get there. Yes. My fifth question, what do you expect my responsibilities to be in the house?
First of all, I mean, the biggest highway to my heart is in the kitchen. So you have to cook me very good food that will nourish not just my body, but my spirit too.
And your heart.
So don't cook me mashakura and those kind of stuff. Then what else? Hizo zingine mazejo, you know, we are busy people. Yeah, so if we have the constraint of time in the morning and maybe my cloth needs to be ironed and you're in the shower, I have to iron it myself. There are no expectations hapo. And then it's the reason we worked hard until we can afford a house help. Yes. So I don't have a lot of expectations from you, like per se, but hapo kwa food too you must.
Yes, hapo nimeitikia. Nimeitikia. Now sijamaliza question. What do you expect my responsibility to be in the house and yours?
Me in the house, you know, I have to ensure that, you know, these technical aspects, like the fridge is damaged kwa mlango, I have to fix it. I mean, the bulb has angukad or has chomekad. I have to ensure that thing is sorted.
Sockets,
the plumber is not around and, you know, the toilet is not flushing. Those calls, I don't expect you to make those calls.
Yes.
I'm the one to make those calls. And then what else? And then you just respect
Nyasi
me.
haijakatwa.
You just respect me. I mean, and kitu ingine, provision, definitely.
Yes.
I have to provide.
Yes.
I have to provide even on my bad days. Yes.
Provide everything. Mpaka love. No one cares. Leo alikuwa na siku mbaya, baba manani nini lazima tupendwe. We are girls, you're the only man in the house. So, ni wewe next.
Describe my parenting style on a scale of 1 to 10.
7 out of 10. Why? You do not discipline your children. You're bad in discipline. You don't discipline them. You discipline them with kamaneno kadogo and with very sweet words. I hear you telling Tasha, sweetheart, you know I don't like. Who disciplines you calling you sweetheart?
But I can shout.
You don't.
I'm a good shouter.
You don't.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm the one who shouts. Me I shout. Ooh. Hi, you told yourself as a mother will never shout. Pole, motherhood will humble you. So why I've said 7 to 10, it's because of that side of discipline. But the rest, when it comes to any other thing, you're perfect. You're perfect. To an extent, nichanua vitu zingine mpaka najiita mkutano. Ye? Hauku unajua hiyo? Kama ile yenye.
Somebody that went to school.
I'm telling you, yes. 7 to 10. 7 out of 10.
Okay.
Yes. What do you think is my love language?
Your love language is a lot of touches and a lot of silly games, gifts here and there, pregnancy.
Pregnancy is my love language.
What else?
What else?
So apart from gifting, touching, sweet words to you. By the way, you're low maintenance. You don't need a lot of things. Your love language is the one that I can speak very eloquently. So, serious.
Aya, sijamaliza question. What do you think is my love language? What is yours? Sinagoja.
As you know about that.
Oh, this guy love language yake. Acha hata nimseme. Because I'm the one to feel it on my side. Sindio? It's so weird. One, you love games.
Yes.
Mpaka inafikanga time ananisumbua. Yeye ni wale wa kusumbua. By the way, asipokusumbua na by kusumbua si ile mbaya, ni ile akutekerenye, hizo vitu zote. Anafikanga mpaka nalia. Nalia akiona machozi anasema, "Ai, nimeenda overboard, nimeenda pole iza." He's a gifter. Always. Ni wale akienda lazima alete kitu nyumbani, whether ni crepes, whether ni chocolate, but I'm not a chocolate person, right? Unanileteanga vitu zingine tamu zingine. Mimi ni ka baby girl bado. Yes, na pia naonaga love language yako ingine ni huyu mtu anapenda vitu expensive. So akikubaia kitu expensive, umependa ukaisha wewe.
Wow. Who will come first in our marriage? Your parents or me? And why?
Hey. One, I'm not saying this, disclaimer, because I'm an orphan, until my parents left. No. Whether they were here or not, I will still answer the same. You come first. Because I believe now we are the parents of our children. You see? So if I don't put you first, ni nani mwingine nafaa kuweka mbele? Hakuna, sababu parent wangu pia akona watoto, akona bwana yake. Kama ni mama yangu akona bwana yake, anafaa bwana yake amweke first. Yes.
Awesome. I'm satisfied with the answer.
When is the hardest for you to forgive?
Me, I don't. When it's the hardest for me to forgive is when I know for sure. Hapa nimebeba ufala. There are answers that I just don't buy into.
Yes.
Na by virtue, I'm a highly instinctive person. Yani instincts zangu zimekataa tu. Mpaka tunisikia and again in a disclaimer. Na don't misuse it.
Yes.
I am sorry is the best key to unlock any situation. It doesn't matter for me, regardless of whether it comes from a very honest place or you're just saying it kumaliza your story. Mimi ukishaniambia tu I'm sorry, it's done. But kuna hizo zenye kuna my explanations tu fulani tu wenye unajuanga tu hapa hivi, hapa na korogwa tu kama mtoi. So it's usually very hard for me to forgive. Up until your moment nitasikia tu I'm sorry. Yes.
Haya, sijamaliza question. When is it hardest to apologize?
It's not hard for me to apologize.
Very true. Now that one, hey, it is hard for more.
This one now.
Kabla kapole kakam. Ai, nasijui kwa nini. Aki mpaka naisemanga kwa kioo. Nikijiangalia, najiambia nilimkosea akifika tu home hivi. Naanza I am sorry. Ukifika, naanza explanations before sorry. Pole sasa.
What's one thing we do together that helps you feel connected to me?
One, drives. I love it. Most of the time when we are driving, you always drive most of the time. So hiyo time na feeling connection fulani that tuko wawili peke yetu. Hatuko kwa nyumba, hatuko nje. So there is nothing that I can't express myself tukiwa kwa hiyo space. Even when I'm maybe kuna hizo periods zenye as me nita feel maybe niko overwhelmed na I need to share, na mostly it will end up in me crying. I don't need to feel awkward when I'm at home and I do that and kids see me. They'll be like, Mama, what's up? I don't like that. So most intimate times I love it. So driving, any day, anytime. And of course nikipelekwa out bado tuna drive. Which decisions should we include each other in and why?
You may be part of God. No need to lie. But I think anything that involves our family, anything that involves our family, by family I mean our children, number one, then now by extension our extended family, and which also by extended family which involves our space. And I feel up we need to always consult. Then any piece of property that we co-own, be it our car, be it our shamba, like we need to anything to do with investment, then we need to consult. But I'm not supposed to be consulted on issues to do with your happiness. That is a personal prerogative.
Yes.
Anything that makes you happy, as long as it's godly, just do it.
Yes. Okay. But let me ask, in consulting, there's just the consulting part, but personally I feel, even if it is something that is making me happy alone, and let's say I'm meeting a girlfriend somewhere, I'm not consulting, but I do inform.
Information is key.
Yes,
it's
I
power.
do inform. Niaje, naenda Roysambu, naenda kumit nani. I don't need to tell you niaje, tumeongea hivi na hivi, ama nipe ruhusa. I'm not asking for permission, but I'm telling you in case usikie Roysambu kitu imeaga ujue bibi yako Roysambu. In case something happens, or good or bad, we don't always think of bad things. Yes, iyo ya personal things, of course, you tell, but not consult. Sindio?
Kabisa.
Okay. What messages? Ni wewe?
Yes.
Ni wewe.
How do you feel about the way we communicate?
Well, good. There is good. And of course akukosangi kale kenye kamoja kenye kalikuwa kabaya hamku communicate venye inafaa kana telezanga. No one is perfect. So, right now where I am kimaisha miaka yangu sidhani kuna mtu I communicate so well with kukuliko, because I don't feel the need to kukuambia kuna mask. Yes. I have to tell you as it is. And it's really good. And when I see other couples wakikuwa na issues na shindangwa, kwani mnafichana nini hii ya mwezi ambiana? Kwani atakupeleka wapi? Kwani unamuogopa kama Mungu ama ni gani hizi? You can't communicate and say, yo, I'm not happy with this and this and this. Ama this is what makes me happy. If you do this more, my heart will be softer. So I think communication is key, and I love the way we communicate. What message do you have to our babies?
To our babies,
Wacha usikia kivile huyu kijana ako perfect.
Our babies just have to understand that they don't have normal parents. We are peculiar in nature. So they have to live with that fact that they will never see their father without their earring, probably in public. And their father is an artist.
Yes.
So, and art requires a lot of freedom to express. So I know our daughters will have a lot of questions to answer at school. But away from that, they have to know that their interests, we are living in their best interest. So anything that we do outside here, we always have them in mind. And in the fullness of time, they will all come to understand that they have had the best parents that anybody would ever wish for.
Pole bus.
And again, we are going to protect them. Like anything that we are not going to engage in anything that puts harm their way.
Yes.
So anything that puts harm their way is out of discussion for us.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're always going to protect them physically, emotionally, academically. Tutawafanyisha ma homework. Yeah, na tutawafanish.
Nani? Wacha uongo. Punishment ya nini na unaniachianga hizo za punishment and I do them very well. Meet me as a parent.
You trust me?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do trust you. I don't need to elaborate.
Yes.
I do trust you. Yes. In what ways do you feel like you've grown from or during this relationship? Let me hear.
Number one, I've really grown mentally. Before we started dating, before we met, this is something that I'm saying now, not just to clear any air, but Maze, I was a very childish man. Talk about those things, insecurities. Just talk, think about anything that makes a relationship not work. That was me. But some of these things, you know, nobody teaches you. You learn by yourself. And when you meet the right person, you understand the need to compromise. And always act in the best interest of your partner. There was a complete overhaul of my mental process, the way I perceive things, my perception of life, relationship, dating, you know. And the greatest of them all, according to me, and this has been like a very big gift to me, is raising a kid that you did not sire.
Yes.
That is a test of patience. It's a test of your mettle as a man, and it's something that I can proudly say I have done so well.
Yes, you have. Goga tano. You know, ulikorogwa ukakorogeka.
Who between us initiates sex?
Let me see. You do.
159.
But I think it's 50-50. There is a time because na feel when uko pale juu, by pale juu watu watadhani ni pale juu. Pala kama meta wadu when you're horny. You will say it, you know. When I'm horny, I will say it. I don't think there is one who does it more than the other.
Hapa tumeshare the separation of
yes. And also na feeling sababu inakujanga different times. Inaweza kuwa wewe ulianza, next time ni mimi, kesho kutwa niwe hivyo. Yes, so yeah.
I mean, that is hapo tuko sawa hapo.
How do you feel about the way that we argue?
No, we're just different. I mean, me honestly, your arguments really annoy me. I don't like you really argue a lot. But that is just who you are. And I don't have expectations of you. That is the way you're supposed to be. Because again, you have to understand that you are highly extroverted. And the extreme opposite is myself.
Yes, you're introverted.
So I definitely don't expect myself to have the same argument capacity as yours.
On top of that, I'm a woman.
So many times that I overshadow. But I know how to adapt and maneuver through those arguments.
Wanawake, they come. Hata nani Shaggy alisema, God must be a woman, but they still nag.
Bana.
You know?
She can nag and be your constant pain.
That woman. Yeah. It is what it is.
Awesome.
Have you ever snooped on my phone?
Bana. Hey, that one. If there is anybody who has never snooped, ainue mkono tu sahi. Anyone? Usha snoop yangu?
Mara mob. Kwanza ukilala.
Hizo matimes za patrol.
Patrol. Lazima, who did he talk to? It's not that insecurities, it just prepare yourself for it. If anything you feel could have.
But then again, I don't do it like often. I can even do it once every like 6 months.
Me no.
Kuna kongatana hiyo time tu kitu inakwambia to just just go check.
Yes.
Na most of the time your time instincts zako zinakuanga totally wrong.
Yes.
But inakuanga tu poa to be in a safe space whereby you feel like you trust your partner. So by snooping, it is not out of dislike, I'm out of distrust or anything. It's just to ensure that this guy is on check.
Yes, very true.
Afanyi mambo.
Kitambo, when we met, I used to do it mostly weekly, like once a week. I will not try. Yes. But as I grew, I felt there's no need to check your phone most of the time. So you will find me most probably until I get that instinct that tells me, iangalie, na sijui kanatokaga wapi. Nikashetani tu. Na ile kitu watu usema ile kitu unatafuta utapata, mostly it's not the thing. It is not the thing. Cause sometimes ni akto tuka kitu kenye kanataka wewe ni kuishi.
I guess kitu watu maanisha ni by whatever you're looking for utapata ni we don't live in isolation.
Yes.
You're a girl, it's not necessarily true that all your friends must be women.
That's a lie.
So definitely kuna tu watu new chat now. And you know what is one man's meat is another man's poison.
Yes.
Kitu mimi na consider very light, wewe probably you don't consider it light.
Yes.
So unaweza pata maybe you've done emojis, ama umecheka, ama you've been extraordinarily warm to the other person. So it's a
umeoverlisten. Kwanza hiyo wanaume nini na kwa shida yenu.
And trust me, hiyo lazima tutapata kwa sababu we are social beings. We don't live in isolation. Na before even I met you, you had friends.
Yes,
I mean, you had colleagues, you had all those people that you still keep tabs with. And it's si makosa. As long as you're not sleeping together ama kuongeleshana hizo vitu zingine ama sharing our secrets. Then conversations are just conversations.
Very true. Na ni normal juu hata mimi kuna marafiki wako wengi sana wenye najua na ni madem. Zile ile tin mimi ukuwa nimekupenda na ni dem. Sasa nafaa kuwa nimejam mpaka si breathe. Nimeambiwa napendwa. Hizo ni what those.
What was your most embarrassing sexual experience? Na hapa ni kama nimesukuma kwa kona fulani hapa. Maswali nauliza leo.
Sino choose. Let me see.
It doesn't have to be with me. Kama shailala na mtu mwingine, that is.
Of course, before you there is someone, there was people. How to count body counts. Hey, the most embarrassing. I don't have one. I don't have one.
Okay.
I don't have one. Yes, I remember. Mine wasn't sexual. It was immediately after I cleared high school.
Sexual.
Yes, but now I'm giving this one is not sexual. Now I invited a boy. Let me just say a boy because we had cleared high school in my cousin's place. And so my cousin had traveled to kunaitwa aje Tanzania. So I knew anakaa 5 days. So this guy comes, alikuwa niko 18. Hata anauza chemist. Imagine mtu wa madawa. Hizo ni mawat. And then he comes, nikaona kwa window, kumbe kazini yangu amerudi. Kwa window kwa hivyo anatuona. Sasa mimi sikujua amemuona. Niona, juu ya kuogopa because there was rules that you should not bring any person akiwa amevaa trouser. Hata plumber kama hajajua. Na huyu amekuja kunivisit nipike chai. Juu alikuwa anatoka ushago kwetu na walikuwa naishi hizo area za Umo. Nikaficha mtu chini ya kitada. Kube kasini yangu alimuona.
That is very embarrassing by the way.
Sasa, guess what my cousin did? Immediately she came, nikafungua mlango. Sasa kuzo, how are you? Nini hug blah blah. And then she sent me ninunulie maziwa, nasikia kukunywa kama maziwa baridi. Si akanipea 50 bob. Mimi nikashuka downstairs kununua maziwa. Nikirudi jamaa ameketi kwa kiti.
Ulinaswa hapo.
Alafu my cousin is telling me sasa utahave kurudi home. Na kwetu ni ushago na nimekuja Nairobi hapa. Saa hizo ushago nienda nikalime. Sijawahi beg hivyo. Hata usimwambie mama yangu I will be a good girl. I will never. It took me 4 years to date. To date because hiyo ni trauma.
What do your friends think about me?
One, you're very cordial. A very cordial person. Secondly, wanasemanga umenipenda kuliko hata venye unajipenda.
Really? Wewe najipenda haki.
Haki walai. Hawajui haki. Niko zile za. Thirdly, they keep on asking, you know, when you've been hurt before and then it's pale kwa mtandao, kwa limelight, it is so hard for any friend of yours to trust the person you are with right now. So not the way I talk about you to them, but they have seen it. Even the way you approach them, the way you say hi to them, the way, you know, when I have close friends, they are your close friends too. So most of them are like, hey, he's a nice guy. He's a very nice guy. Where uliangukia? That's they say this, where uliangukia?
But where is the lie actually? Where is tafta uongo hapo?
Aki walai. What's your favorite physical attribute of mine?
Wacha niache ile ndani sana, but I love your eyes. Your eyes are so beautiful. They're actually the first things I fell in love with. Look at
them, musione please. Umeona?
Macho dem inakonga tu like zinakonga ni kazi hizi fungika. Zinakonga bigi. Mimi usikianga tu maze ku make love to those eyes. And then I love her legs. She has really cute legs.
Asante. Nashukuru.
Na vitu zingine na nyinginezo.
Zenye hautataja mingi.
Which of my habits make you angry?
The normal one. Kwa nini utoe shati moja uangushe zote na huwezi rudisha? Huwezi, why? Kwa hanga ndio hii. Umehangiwa shati 3. Umetoa moja. Kwa nini huwezi rudisha hizo 2?
By the most of the men can bear me witness.
You're not most.
By tunakuwa tumetoa tu shati moja, like for real. Hata ukiniuliza hiyo time kwa akili yangu nakuwa nimetoa tu shati moja. Ni moja tu. Mbona sasa nitoe zote?
Sijasema utoe zote. Si kama umetoa the inner one, just return the rest.
Hizo zingine zianguka time sioni. But mimi promise nitazirudisha.
Have you ever had any embarrassing moments with me? And when?
Embarrassing moments, none.
None?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you had a conversation with your ex, what's a question you would want to ask?
Why beat up a woman?
Full stop.
Full stop.
Yeah, short answer. What is the most romantic thing I've ever done for you? This is the last question.
Yes.
You need to be very careful while answering.
Yes.
This.
I will say this. The other romantic things that you have ever done. It was 2020 nakumbuka corona ilikuja after Feb, right? Am I wrong? After Feb. Mimi sijawahi at any particular time nikapelekwa out ama nika enjoy Valentine's. Sijawahi all my life back before then. And then that time I remember nilikuwa travel and you were working in Nairobi, ulikuwa na show Nairobi na ilikuwa Valentine's Day. Na mimi Valentine's Day nilikuwa Kericho nikihudumia watoto. There was I do motivational speaking, so nilikuwa nimeenda shule primary schools Kericho. And so tulikuwa na hawezi nipeleka na siwezi kupeleka. Sinika travel. Upon coming back, I think the whole family walikuwa mmejipanga. It's Valentine's Day. Nilikuta candles kutoka kwa mlango. Red candles zimepangwa. I never even shot that thing. Unaona venye unatakanga kuikeep kwa it is stuck kwa mind. And I remember coming home na nikazipata bed iko na roses, nini petals. Yani I have never ever felt like that before. I was like, hey, this guy is after my heart, bwana. Hey. Mpaka Tasha ako hapa akisema happy Valentine's mom. Tumepanga la baba. Hey, I was the happiest. And then another one I will never forget is pregnancy journey. Hey, you are romantic, bwana. Unajua tujazoea African society penye ati nini mtu wako anaingia na wewe labor room bwana. This guy I even told him usiingie, sitaki uone mahali ukose kukawai rudi huko. Sitaki uone mavitu. And then he was like, no, I must see it. I must. And then I was like, watch a woman giving birth and ndio ujue what to expect. He said no, he is not watching another woman giving birth, atawatch wake akiwa wa kwanza. And I remember you held my hand till the last. Hata mtoto wa venye alinini alitoka tu hivi akilia. Manzi akipelekwa huko, wewe hukufuata mtoi. Mtoi alikaa na mama. Wewe ulibaki na mimi. The fact that she was alilia na nini, you were happy, and then you held my hand and you were like, thank you Jesus. It's that is something I will never forget.
She'll never forget that. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of this show.
Yes.
She will never forget that.
Yeah. Sinikuulize hiyo ya mwisho kama hiyo yenye umeniuliza.
Gani?
The most romantic
thing you've ever done to me.
Yes. Nijuange penye nachezea. Unajua inaweza kuwa sijawahi.
No, I mean, me I think zana kumbuka tu ni zile za kwanza hizo. The most romantic thing you've ever done to me is to give me a baby.
Oh.
A baby that resembles me by day.
Kabisa.
We're supposed to do a facial reveal, but you guys just know that.
You see this face?
This one totally alioga. Like she just carried. And it ended there.
Na vile alinisumbua 9 months.
But the baby just gifted her with her color.
Yes.
But fingernails, toenails, size of the body, it's like they just took me like this and put a pepper down there and a carbon pepper. And that kid is me, bana. You guys will never tell me anything.
Light skin letting.
It's a light skin letting.
Yes.
So that is the one thing that will go down the annals of my history. That you found it very decent and appropriate to give me a baby who is so beautiful and so healthy, and I thank God. And then some romantic things zingine zinapanga tu like once every 2 days romance, once every 2 days there's like something to me. By the way, we're not a boring couple, so ours is like on a daily basis. So yeah, but that is surely something that I will forever appreciate. Yeah.
Asante. Na si tumemaliza. Si we are couples.
Sasa tuambie mtakata hiyo kitu bwana.
Mtakata ama tukate.